What is up guys, Kane here, and in this video we're going to sort of review a game called Hero Squad Idle Adventure. Now, people hearing the Idle Adventure part will imagine games like Mobile Legends Adventure and AFK Arena and stuff like that, when the players are able to easily buy power and then skyrocket in like campaign stages, becoming a lot better than majority of the players. And in this game, it's a lot different than majority of others. So that can easily be explained because every stage has a level cap. And by this level cap is how far you can go in the campaign. The campaign monsters are quite easy, but again, you have a level cap, and that kind of locks you from skyrocketing to benefit yourself. Yes, you can buy levels or rather speed ups to get like the experience for your account, but they end up costing so much that it is just a waste. Now, as you can see, I am buying for probably like 800 diamonds per day to speed up my experience. And the thing is, I can afford that because they give so much rewards through many features that, like the diamond number here, just a couple of days I've reached the number 0. And already, even that day that I have reached the number 0, I gain like 4,000 diamonds, something like that. And today I've spent like 3 or 4 thousand again, and I still increased in the diamonds that I had yesterday. And the simplest of things is I am spending diamonds in basic things like the events that they have to get more materials from them, as well as getting more epic shards or majority of the games that you would call SSR. And that is the epic heroes with the diamond above their symbol. That is something like you would call SSR. So I will give my honest opinion in regards to both pros and cons. Now, the pros in this game is, yes, that you can buy stuff for money, and it is no different than from majority of the games. However, at the current stage in the game, you can actually play properly even as little as VIP 4, which even free to play players will be able to achieve so long as they play the game and also upgrade your level. 1 second, I can show that. Just forgot which one. Yeah, so here, as you can see, you reach specific levels, you get the badge points, which is sort of like a VIP level, and you upgrade. Now, I think it's about 3,000 points ish. So VIP 4 is probably somewhere around like 3,000, 3,300. So eventually you're going to be able to get it even as free to play, but it may require you to reach like level 200. Considering the fact I'm like 2 weeks in and 128, probably you can reach that in 1 or 2 months anyway. So the pros is that even if you can't buy power, you can easily contest like the other even top players. So for example, this guy VIP 6, this guy is VIP 11, and as you can see, arena rank 4. Even though he is stronger than me, he has a lot of heroes, immortal quality, and also a star to their name, as well as quite a lot of others. I am able to contest them in some PvE content or reach similar stages as they are as well. And as you can see, I am VIP 4, Arena rank 3, and I only have 3 Immortal class heroes, which is like the highest rank. And my main DPS is an Elite hero, which is not very good. Now, the other thing is I have 2 core heroes which are the main in my formation, but I don't have a lot of shards to make them immortal and upgrade them further, right? So they're like 500,000 power. They're not really doing an insane amount of damage, even having like almost 200 of attack or 165. My main DPS has like 300. It has like a pretty good relic which ignores defense and all that kind of stuff, so she hits like a truck. Now, again, I said I would be giving my honest opinion. And the game as it is right now, it's receiving so many updates that I don't even know if I would want to stick with my account. And to put it simply, it has received in the last 2 weeks so much quality of life updates that restarting on a new server, I can even become insanely more powerful than in the current server that I am right now, even fighting the same power people. And to easily explain that is we can go on to the recruits, right? So you can see the wish list. You have one hero here that you will always receive after a specific amount of pulls. Now, as you can see, the counter is 73 here. Don't worry, you get like friggin' like 20, 30 of these a day. So it doesn't really matter that there is like 80. A couple of days and you literally get enough to summon this. Like the first week, every day was getting like even 50-ish, something like that. So, like, you could basically get a hero like this once a day from just this one, the first week. And prior to a few days ago, this had two heroes on the wish list, so that's why I upgraded my Scatha and my Orlando. You have to keep in mind that this is sort of like and overpower one unit as early as possible to get more rewards, to then use those rewards to make your team follow up and become strong as well. At least that is what most of the games usually tend to be, like 80% of the time. You always have one DPS that will just carry you through everything. So essentially, if I would restart, I would even make this hero immortal and a few stars at like 2 weeks as I have my main account right now. The same for the formation pools, which you can recruit another core hero every 20. And in the first week, I got like, I don't even know, like 60, 70, maybe 100. I think I had even more than 150 because I even got like an achievement for a title, which means I would get like 7 more of this. From events and early game events, you even have like the selectables which you can upgrade your army from as well. In the version of, unfortunately, I don't have them right now. Let me show you. So you have elite hero choice chests, and you have the same for the epic heroes, and also from specific features and events, core heroes, which are like the epic ones, but they're a lot stronger and required to have in specific formations. So basically, if I would restart, I would have my Sasan 4-star easily, no sweat. My Ilneas like 3-star easily, no sweat. And then I would have like Orlando like immortal plus 3-star. And this guy would do insane amounts of damage, even more than my Sasan, which I can easily upgrade to the same like stage, to the point like this guy will one-shot entire backlines by himself, and if he doesn't one-shot them, he has a passive which is like the Cambion effect, which will clear all the target's mana. So basically, the game is receiving so many updates that it makes me staying in the current server pretty much irrelevant, and if I will be playing further, I will most likely have to reroll and restart. That is how good this game is. So aside from that, the game has quite a lot of events, which you have a variety of ways that you can play it. So this one is the second week event. Now I'm not sure whether it's time based or you can only have it for a specific amount of time, or it is always on the second week and all that kind of stuff, as I am pretty new in this game. But basically, this one has a challenge phase where you challenge, you get specific damage done, then you get rewards. Then you have something like a caravan after specific days, these unlock, and they give you rewards such as diamonds, such as event rewards, and then materials to upgrade your heroes. And then you have the adventure mode, which also gives you materials for the summons, which you can get like these shards of the core heroes, or you can get a full selectable core hero by your choice. And my choice was Orlando, and that's why I even reached it mythic class, because I got like 4 or 5 of them from here. So yeah, keep in mind, guys, like this game is insanely generous in giving you so much material, so much diamonds, that you will question yourself what to upgrade, when to upgrade, and you will just be throwing things left and right just to upgrade faster. So aside from a lot of pros, a lot of events, a lot of like benefits, all that kind of stuff, a lot of materials given to you and formation building and whatever, you have a couple of cons that this game has. So like a lot of games, you have a thing where you can steal materials from your players, but not the materials that they do have, but materials that they may receive. So if we go on to the caravan list in the guild, you see the materials that you can steal from a player. So that includes diamonds, like gold, experience, and whatever. So if we click here, majority of the time, what we want to steal from a player are the diamonds and the revelation shards, and I will show you that in a second. So basically, I have a skip, so I don't even need to watch the fight, which I will win anyway. Some of them I cannot because they have already been stolen from, and I cannot do anything. So I'm just gonna do another steal, and then I will show you the reason for that. So we go back onto the guild and we have the guild technology. And in the guild technology, you can receive hero boosts such as physical damage, magical damage like health, defenses, even the experience that you gain from idling, gold from idling, even transcending crystals from idling, and a lot of other stuff. And for that, you require the revelation shards, which you can steal from players, meaning the other players will slowly upgrade this feature and you will upgrade it a lot faster. So that is one of the things that could be a con, but it can also be a pro. So essentially, stronger players may stop the weaker players from progressing, but you can also do that the same and win back the materials you steal. At the same time, you can get it from the chests as shown here, and you can also get them yourself from the caravans as well. So this is like 50-50. The main problem currently in this game, it doesn't lie in the guild or whatever, it lies on the server time. So I do believe the servers are on the US time zone, and because they are on US time zone or somewhere along those lines, I'm not entirely sure, is that the event timings are very, very bad for European players and probably even Asian players. So as you can see here, the clock here is 14:34. And because it is 14:34, where I live right now, it's almost midnight. And because it is almost midnight, if we go onto the guild, it says from 10 to 22, and I can only do guild escorts up until about like 15 o'clock, maybe a little bit later, and then I have to do like the most expensive one for 7 hours and people can steal from it, instead of doing like the basic ones, and then when it hits 22 or before, I would then do the 7-hour one and it would still tick away for those 7 hours. So in such a case, you would have the guild escorts not 12 hours or less, and you would be able to have them for like 19 hours. So the time zones are a really, really huge, how can I say, con playing this game, because majority of the servers, if not all of them, are in that one time zone. So eventually, if they do manage to make like a European server or something like that, or an Asian server, I will highly likely hop onto that server because the time zones for me will be a little bit better than that they are right now. So aside from that, again, there is another con based on the time zones. So we have something called the Elite Coliseum. And the Elite Coliseum, as you can see here, starts in 1 day and 1 hour. And because it starts in 1 hour, I already said that this starts at midnight for me, or rather the previous one, so this one will start at 1 a.m. for me, and it will finish at 3 a.m. And the rewards for this are a lot of good stuff that you kind of have to acquire. So some of them equals like arena prizes, equal like recruit tickets, special ones which you can get core heroes as well from, epic heroes, and even like an epic hero of choice. And then you can get a lot of arena prizes and also diamonds. Now, these arena coins or arena prize are very, very crucial things because the shop contains so many things that you do require to receive. So, as you can see, mana crystals are used for weapons. These tiers are used for artifacts, so these ones have to be maxed out every week. And because you cannot participate in like the territory war or stuff like that, you cannot get a lot of arena prizes. And for me to sacrifice like 3 days from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m., highly likely I cannot participate them majority of the time. So a European server has to eventually be made for a lot of people to properly play the game. So that is probably one of the few main cons of this game. Aside from all of these, this game is probably made by a very small team, thus the updates being so fast that, like I said, it would be a lot better if I would reroll now and I would be a lot stronger. And honestly, like, I can envision this game being quite good in the very near future due to the amount of updates, the quality of life that they're putting, and a lot of other stuff. Like, there are a lot of things that I can go through, I can cover up, but I think essentially this game is acting as a turn based game where a lot of formations do matter by just placing the units. So in such a case, the game looks like something like this. So let me force out my own formation. Uh, it's a turn-based game where every unit has their own specific time when they act and do damage or do skills, and it's based on mana to trigger like the skill abilities and whatever. Now, as you can see, I was winning the fight or doing damage, but the boss is something that if I do damage to it, it can one-shot my entire field as it happens right now. So, as you have seen, some of my units were attacking more often than the others, and that can easily be explained by the formations. So, I have an Elf and Shadowblade formation, which means the Elf heroes can attack again after doing an attack or a skill. So in some cases, they can do attack and then attack. And if they have a skill ability, they do the skill ability and then attack again. So in one turn, they can hit 4 times. Shadow Blade means that they have increased crit rate and crit damage, and there are a variety of formations that you can also do, so the game has a lot of variety as well. And that variety is in the shape of like different races, different classes, and all that kind of stuff. So you have damage mitigation, double casting, which in my own opinion is friggin' overpowered, because this hero on the picture can one-shot entire field by just double casting her ultimate. Then you have Dwarf, which is with damage boost, but I don't think it's any good because it requires you to survive, and majority of the time the fights end in like a couple of turns, so they will not perform properly almost any given time. The elemental and the hunter, probably they're pretty good. They're moving first because of their speed, However, I'm not entirely sure how they perform because I don't think they do a lot of damage. And going first and not doing enough damage means that things like the elves and the double cast mages, they will have their rage abilities next turn. And if they have them next turn, then they can just kill almost everything on your field. So essentially, I don't think this is good. And human and knight, they are pretty damn good and they can beat my elf and shadow blades in some particular stances, just because like some heroes here, so long as they kill a unit on your field, they gain like attack percentages, defense percentages, and so on. There is a lot of variety, a lot of things you can use and play, and it even depends on like a simple update where a lot of things can be changed. Anyways, that's pretty much it for my sort of review of the game. There is a lot to talk about, and I probably hit like 30 minutes in this video. And I haven't shown a lot of other things as well, like the features, events, what they do with the events, the rewards in the events. Like, they're insanely generous to the point like I could even go over talking about 40 minutes and comparing a lot of other games. So the graphics in this game are funky, and I kind of like it just because the graphics are funky. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully you will give this game a try. Personally, this is one of the few better games on the Play Store right now, because majority of the games, like, the developers value money over gameplay, and here, like, the developers are not money hungry as a lot of other games are. And here you can properly upgrade, contest even like the top spenders by just properly upgrading. And in the other games, like, they can throw down like 200, 300, and they skyrocket so much that you don't have even a slightest of chance to even contesting anyone. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and stay safe out there.